the message of forgiveness is so interdimensional. Understand clearly. Every action that we do, every intention that we do broadcasts creation. It broadcasts that creation either to the right side or to the left side, to the side of benevolence or the side of struggle. And the struggle is innately benevolent as well. It's a slower evolutionary process that brings the individual to the humility through which they can expand, enter into rebirth, and grow, and acknowledge, and reconnect with their higher aspects of self. And the forgiveness works in a beautiful way. And one is first acclimating to the higher resonance energies. They are in a fractile state. They're in linear thought. They see time as past, present, and future, and numbers work in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and logic only works in a serial fashion. But when graduating to interdimensionality, to the world of infinity, to the world of eternity, to the language, to the song behind the veil, you have access to travel back in time, to reconnect the dots, the early dots in your lifetime, the disappointments, the times you felt small, the points you felt abandoned, misunderstood, cheated. You have the ability to access these points. Understand that to the degree that you did not embrace the lessons, either from within or from without, that the message had for you, that the point, that flag had for you in your remembrance of reunion, to the degree that you did not acknowledge it and remember it, is the degree that a piece of you was left behind in sustaining it in its manifestation, and it still exists. That disappointment is still there. It's still being sustained within your virtual energy. It is a part of you that is not being brought into the fullness of all you are. There's a part of you and your energy that's being diverted to sustain the false perception of that incident. And so you're not as powerful as you're supposed to be. You don't have as much energy as you need to have. And you're in a state of imbalance. And you have difficulty with diet and exercise. And you feel fidgety. And when you're in a room, you keep the radio on because you're afraid to be alone. And you go to sleep with the TV on. And you always want to be around a crowd. And you're afraid of being alone and you're by yourself. You don't even go to the washroom without a newspaper or a magazine. Because you don't want to be reminded by these worlds that you are sustaining with your angelic intention. You don't want to be reminded of them, but you still spend so much time creating these worlds and the chaos and anguish that pours out from them. And these obfuscate your intention. These obfuscate the transmission of your purity. So when you choose to manifest, there is static within the manifestation, the static of struggle, the static of disappointment, the static of dissatisfaction. And so you try to align yourself, but you keep drawing into your life the vertigo, the chaos, the void, the oppression. So we must reclaim these points. And when you reclaim these points through compassion and mercy and benevolence, and put them in perspective of teaching you lessons from within or lessons from without, and understand that these individuals who manifested these actions, they were fulfilling a contract to impart to you, to help you remember who you are, and what you're here for, and what your song of truth is, to sing with passion, to harmonize with the collective and co-creation. When you redeem these, then the energy that was sustained for those worlds all along, those facades that you are imprisoned against, that energy is released. And retroactively, that energy is imparted to you in abundance. Retroactively, it's as if that energy was never used at all that time. And suddenly, you feel a part of yourself that is far greater. It's far more in grace. There's energy you didn't imagine. You don't need as much sleep. And when you do sleep, you feel so energized. You feel so intimate that you're coming in contact with something so profound. That is the interdimensionality of it all. Understand that when you reach the point of complete gratitude for what happened to you, how you were afflicted, when you reach that point, when you meet the people that afflicted you, that wronged you, that disappointed you, suddenly they will be acting differently in your presence. Suddenly they will be more intimate, more open, more connected to you in a graceful way than they were before. For you have released the tension retroactively. You've washed it away. And you have imparted the lesson of forgiveness and love. And interdimensionally, you broadcasted that frequency to the oppressor, so that when the oppressor one day reaches a state of humility, they won't believe in the facade that it's too late for them to remember. And through your light of forgiveness, when they reach humility, they will be struck by a great light. They can awaken to a profound tears of yearning and connectivity, of deliverance. For you are a spark of all that is. You are an angel within this duality realm. And you have the power of manifestation of all. Many behind the veil, legions, sing your name, watch you. They laugh at how you think you are much smaller than you are. They laugh at how you only see 15% or less of reality. They laugh that you don't realize the immense good you do while you're sleeping. For you transmit your beauty and your song with such clarity when you're in a dream state. There is no shame there. And you broadcast it with intimacy, your inner yearning. You broadcast it with love. And you help so many in your dream state. Now let's bring your dreams into reality. Let's align our journeys into a harmonic convergence of oneness, of love, but not just love, but true love, unconditional love for those who have injured you and you love them for it. And that is unconditional love in its highest form. And there are many legions behind the veil that never had an opportunity to walk upon the earthly realm. And they live through you. And they look at you like a hero. They look at you like their hero. For they love. But you love truly.